of Los Mejicas. Woo! Thank you for being here. My name is Jemzi Ortiz. I use she, her, and ella pronouns, and I am a program coordinator here at UCSC, and I'm also an alumni of UCSC. I graduated in 2019. Thank you. And during my undergrad career, I was also in Los Mejicas. Yes, woo! Class of 2019. I also served as a historian in the group, in the Corps, from 2017 to 2018. So I looked through a lot of scrapbooks during those years, and I recognize so many of you, and my heart is so full. It really is. I'm going to start crying if I talk more about it. Thank you all for being here. And I'm also a co-chair of the planning committee who planned this event tonight. We have been planning since February for this to happen, so thank you. My fellow committee members, Erika, Leticia, Olga, we have been planning for months, and we are also happy for all of you who are here celebrating with us tonight, and the 100 others of Mejicas and Mejicas supporters who aren't here as well. A 50th anniversary event could not have happened without all of you, so thank you. I would now like to share the UCSC land acknowledgement with you all. The official UCSC land acknowledgement was written in collaboration with the Amamutsin Tribal Band, and it goes as follows. The land on which we are gathered is the unceded territory of the Awaswas-speaking Yupi tribe. The Amamutsin Tribal Band, comprised of the descendants of indigenous people taken to Mission Santa Cruz and San Juan Bautista during Spanish colonization of the Central Coast, is today working hard to restore traditional stewardship practices on these lands and heal from historical trauma. I want to thank everyone who attended our symposium last night as well. Yes, give it up for our panelists, our moderator. It was a really beautiful discussion and reflection on the past, present, and future of Los Mejicas. The symposium was recorded last night, and tonight's event is being recorded as well. So please stay tuned on when that recording may be available. We'll update you on the website, losmejicas.ucsc.edu, in the coming months. So the celebration committee, made up of alumni and current Mejicas Corps members, has also worked with the special collections and archives of the UCSC library. Yes! So we worked to create a display outside of their office on the 3rd floor of the McHenry Library with photographs, items, and materials from the past 50 years. We encourage you to check out this display if you have not yet, as it will only be on display for the rest of this year. So in January, we're closing up the exhibit. So please go visit. I think they're open tomorrow, so you could go visit. In addition to the display, we're also working to create a physical and digital archive of Los Mejicas so that Mejicas can live on in perpetuity at UCSC and can be a resource for future scholars at this institution. We have seen an overwhelming amount of support from various campus partners, staff, faculty, community members, alumni, wonderful volunteers tonight as well. 8 colleges and their provosts, 14 academic departments, and 2 divisions, the Division of Arts and the Division of Student Affairs and Success. Please join me in giving a warm round of applause for our sponsors and supporters. I would now like to welcome all of you with a little roll call. So I'm going to do this in groups of decades, and we're going to go backwards. So where are all my current Mejicas at? Make some noise! Woo! Yes, that's our future. Can we get everyone who's graduated from 2020, 2021, where are y'all at? I know you're here, yes. Shout out to them. Woo, they're in the corner. How about our 2010s? Everyone graduated in 2010s. Woo! Make some noise. This is a contest. We're always competing. How about the 2000s, the early aughts? Where are y'all? They're back there. Give it up to them. How about our 90s folks? Woo! Okay, y'all are winning now. How about the 80s? Yes. And how about our original Mejicas, the folks who started Mejicas the 70s? Amazing. We're so grateful for all of you, and especially for the folks who started Mejicas. None of this could have happened without your dream and your vision and your wanting to build a community on this campus, so thank you. Keep that same energy for our next speaker, Leticia Quesada, who is one of our co-founders of Los Mejicas and one of my fellow committee members.
Good evening, everyone. There's a return to the scene of the crime. I was here last night. I was in Santa Cruz in 1971, and in 72 I met my co-founder, Juan Rios, and he has been an incredible friend. Juan was not able to join us today due to health issues, but he was here in heart, and I made a presentation that he wrote talking about Los Mejicas. And we had a 3-hour symposium, and I just want to, for those of you who were not able to join us, I just want to tell you a few of the themes that we heard from the many speakers that we had. And the first one is that students and Mexica members, to the letter, they all said that Los Mejicas gave them a sense of home away from home. And it was so heartening for me to hear that, because that was the reason why Juan and I put together this group. We also heard some very moving comments, particularly from Reina Grande, who said she was really apprehensive about whether she belonged at UC Santa Cruz, and she was timid about acknowledging her culture, her Mexicanness, and the experience of Mejicas really brought out her heart and her self-esteem. And so many of the students who spoke last night expressed that sentiment as well. And the third thing that struck me about these comments was that, you know, being part of Mejicas has not been easy, mostly because we didn't have any money when we started, and 50 years later, we have a very little money. And yet, so to be a part of Mejicas, and we got so much from that experience, the reality is that there is such a resilience to being a Mexica and being a student, and then leaving UC Santa Cruz and going out into the world and being a successful professional. So I was just so moved by all the comments of the students. So I want to say thank you to the hundreds of Mejicas who have passed through the many rehearsals, the many performances, the many sewing of dresses, and the fundraising, and going out into the community. We really owe you a debt of gratitude because you were able to carry on for 50 years, and that's why we are here. And so the sentiment that I want to express to you is that we are definitely committed to being here another 50 years, right? And so we need to do all that we can as alumni, as supporters, as family members, to help Mejicas be here for another 50 years. I won't be in this world 50 years from now, but I do want Mejicas to be here. And then they will also have the following generation. So I wanted to say, and Jeannie Bianchi said it yesterday, at the end of the presentation, she said, you know, Leticia, being here really convinced me that next year I'm going to give more money to Mejicas. So I want to ask you to follow her example and give more money to Mejicas, and give as much as you can, whenever you can. because that's really the way in which I, as an alum, can support Mejicas and really carry on, walk the walk, talk the talk, and do it. So I'm going to ask all of you to, if you haven't given this year, to give money to Mejicas. It's on the website, it's on the program, and then make a commitment that every year you will give a donation to Mejicas. It could be on your birthday, it could be on your husband's birthday or your girlfriend's birthday. It could be in honor, in the memory of one of your, I listened to a podcast today of Dia de los Muertos, and people were saying, I want to do this for my mom, I want to do it for my tío Juan. So pick a date, whatever date is meaningful to you, but we want your money. We have a bank account, and that bank account is there year-round, 24/7. So we really want to encourage you because, in my opinion, if anything on this campus and in my life deserves my financial support, it's Los Mejicas. So part of the success that Los Mejicas has had is that we had a lot of support from faculty members, advisors, friends, and administrators at UC Santa Cruz. And we are so delighted that tonight we have several administrators with us, and I'd like to acknowledge them. And I'd like to start with Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, Akira Bradley Armstrong. And we also want to acknowledge Vice Chancellor for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Anju Risahani. Very nice. We had also had an RSVP from Vice Chancellor Mark de los Reyes Davis, but his little baby got sick and he had to take him to the hospital. So she's not with us today. But Mejicas was especially moved to want to recognize Professor Dar Newman, who is the endowed chair in classical Indian music, and we wanted him to be acknowledged as well. And of course, life in Santa Cruz would never be the same without the presence of our leader. We have a leader. We're very proud that we have a female leader. And I don't know if you all noticed, but she was there last night. She was there the entire event, and she listened. She heard the stories, and she heard the trials, the tribulations, and the successes of Los Mejicas. And I am so grateful that she was there, and she's back today because she wants to give us her thoughts about where we are going as a university and how we're going to support Mejicas. Chancellor Reeve.
Thank you, Leticia. And thanks all of you for inviting me to join this amazing celebration. It's such an honor to be here with you tonight. So, Leticia, when you create something, it's hard to know whether it will last, what its impact might be, and whether it will ultimately achieve what its founders set out to do. In this case, Los Mejicas, the goal was to foster an appreciation of the beauty and the diversity of Mexican culture and to create a supportive community for our students. And it's clear that with 50 years of history, that Los Mejicas has achieved all that and so much more. I'm so grateful. So there are now generations of Mejicas, which is a wonderful thing to think about. And I'd like to give a shout out to all the alumni and the longtime friends of Los Mejicas and of our campus who have returned for today's celebration. Thank you. As Leticia said, yesterday I had the privilege to attend the symposium highlighting the past 50 years. The impact of this group on our campus life can't be understated. You have brought life energy, and joy to our campus for a half century now, and I could not be more proud of all that you have accomplished. This anniversary comes shortly after our campus received the Seal of Excelencia for its commitment to serve Latino students seems especially fitting. Being a Hispanic-serving institution is a huge point of pride for UC Santa Cruz, and HSI intentionally strives to create equity for and advance the success of its Latino students. Groups like Los Mejicas are a very important part of that support system, and I'm grateful for all that you do. So congratulations, Los Mejicas, on your first 50 years. I'm so excited to see this year's spring show and the many more that will follow.
Thank you, Chancellor Larive. All right, I think y'all are ready for Mejicas, right? You ready? Are you ready? All right, they are performing Baja California, which they performed in Spring Show for the 50th anniversary, taught by Malena Vega, our lecturer. Yes. Eso, Mejicas.
Ay, ya está aquí, ya llegó tu enamorado. Quiero que sientas la dicha de tenerte aquí a mi lado. Ay, amame, quiéreme como yo te amo. Vaquerita de mi vida, soy tu fiel enamorado. Ven a bailar calabaciado. Que no se caiga el sombrero, soy vaquero atrancado. Por la mañana suave brisa roza mi cara, el sol me daña cuando a los campos arriba el ganado sembra la tierra. Y yo te llevo en mi pensamiento, dulce criatura, y a Dios le pido que te conserve porque te quiero bien de mi vida, ángel del cielo. Ahora. Ay, ya está aquí, ya llegó tu enamorado. Quiero que sienta la dicha de tenerte aquí a mi lado. Ay, amame, quiéreme como yo te amo. Vaquerita de mi vida, soy tu bien enamorado. Ven a bailar calabaciado. Que no se caiga el sombrero, soy vaquero atrancado. Por la mañana roza mi cara, el sol me daña cuando los campos arriba el ganado sembra la tierra. Y yo te llevo en mi pensamiento, no sé criatura, y a Dios le pido que te conserve porque te quiero bien de mi vida, ángel del cielo. ¡Túpale, pariente! Ahí va la loba del mal, me dicen los que la vieron, pero a mí mi fuerza me hace, ya mis morros se murieron. Ahí va la loba del mal, me dicen los que la vieron, pero a mí mi fuerza me hace, ya mis morros se murieron. De veras, chata, te lo decía, si no fuera por la loba, aquí nos amanecía. Se me hace que sí, se me hace que no, se me hace que tu marido no te quiere como yo. Yegua, ay, ay. Échale, pariente. Una vieja chismolera al salir de su jacal le dijo a su compañera, ahí va la loba del mal. Una vieja chismolera al salir de su jacal le dijo a su compañera, ahí va la loba del mal. De veras, chata, te lo decía, si no fuera por la loba aquí nos amanecía. Se me hace que sí, se me hace que no, se me hace que tu marido no te quiere como yo. ¡A zapatearle, marama! barrio de San Juan de Dios, barrio de las cuatro esquinas, donde corre toda loba, todita las gallinas. Barrio de San Juan de Dios, barrio de las cuatro esquinas, donde corre toda loba, todita las gallinas. De veras chata te lo decía, si no fuera por la loba aquí nos amanecía. Como que te vas, como que te vienes, mira qué carita me hace, parece que me mantienes.
Hear me? Hello, hello. Eso, Mejicas. Give it up for them one more time. Woo! Okay, so now we're going to have the Mariachi Eterno, our very own UCSC Mariachi led by Russell Rodriguez, who is also, yes, we love Russell. He is the faculty advisor both for the Mariachi and for Los Mejicas. They're going to get set up. But for now, I can tell you about the merchandise that we're selling if you haven't bought it yet. So just outside these doors, we are selling t-shirts just for Los Mejicas. Have you seen the ones with the Mexica Semis? The little slugs? They're so cute, right? I love them. We got those made with University Relations, Alumni Engagement. Kayla and her associate Lauren helped us make those, so thank them, yes. That is now a Mejicas logo that they can use, the current Mejicas, for whatever they would like. For now, we're selling the t-shirts, so please buy them. One day, I would love to see those sold at the Batry bookstore. Yeah, so we also have those. We have the 50th anniversary spring show t-shirts as well, with art made by a current Mexica, Lorena Hernandez. Yes. She's an amazing, amazing artist, and her artwork is featured on both the hoodies, the t-shirts, and posters as well. And I'm sure she would sign it for you if you ask nicely. So she'll be around later if you'd like to get one of those signed. They're in limited quantities, so please buy one tonight. If you didn't bring cash, we'll figure out a way for you to buy those later, or maybe you can ask someone to loan you some money. You can Venmo them. Yeah, we have some SOAR rules we have to follow because the group is a student organization under the university. So cash and checks as well, if anybody's carrying their checkbook. Yeah, and I think, what else do we have? I can talk about the history of Los Mejicas as well.
Or even the mariachi.
Oh, and Reina's book as well. Yes, Reina Grande, one of our notable Mexica alumni, wrote a beautiful book about her time dancing folklorico, and she donated, her publishing company donated 50 of those books for Los Mejicas. Yeah, and those are available to purchase, and all of the funds that we're raising tonight are going to Los Mejicas, 100%. We're not getting paid. Yes. We also started a crowdfunding campaign, and our goal is $50,000, so help us make that goal happen. The QR code is on the back of your program, and as well as the history of Los Mejicas. So I can read that too.
They're ready.
Oh, no, they're ready. Never mind, I'm not reading anything.
Thank you.
So wait until,
Okay, and then you can share.
frente al dolor. Malaya los ojos negros que me embrujaron. Si nunca me hubieran visto, no fueran causa de mi penar. Ay, corazón, que te vas para nunca volver. No me digas adiós. Ve a dejar el amor al ranchito que fue de mi vida ilusión. Malaya los ojos negros que me embrujaron con furor. Si nunca me hubieran visto, no fueran causa de mi penar.
Buenas tardes, buenas noches. Gracias, gracias. Este es tu Mariachi Eterno de UCSC, and we're just really happy to be here to celebrate and join you all in this, your celebration of Los Mejicas, 50 years. Incredible. And de parte del Mariachi Eterno, we want to just congratulate you and congratulate all of you that have kind of kept this going throughout this whole 50 years. You know, those that started the group, that founded the group, we got to hear some of the testimony yesterday. But all of you that kept it going throughout these years, you know, please give yourselves a hand. We're going to continue. That was Jesper Giardino on Mi Ranchito. And we're going to feature Isadora, who's just started to play mariachi. This is her first quarter playing mariachis, but she's also a Mexica. So we're going to feature her on this song, Paloma Negra.
Ya me canso de llorar y no amanecer. Ya no sé si maldecirte o por ti rezar. Tengo miedo de buscarte y de encontrarte. Donde me aseguran mis amigos que te vas. Hay momentos en que quisiera mejor rajarme y arrancarme y a los clavos de mi penar. Pero mis ojos se mueren sin mirar tus ojos y mi
Sin tu cariño voy caminando, voy caminando. Y el sol me contesta cuando pregunto por ti, mi bien. No he podido olvidarte desde la noche que te perdí. Sombras de duda y celos solo me envuelven pensando en ti. Deja que yo te busque y si te encuentro, vuelve otra vez. Olvida lo pasado, ya no te acuerdes de aquel ayer. Olvida lo pasado y ya no te acuerdes de aquel ayer. Mientras que estoy dormida, siento que vamos los dos muy juntos en cielo azul. Pero cuando despierto, el cielo rojo me faltas tú. Aunque yo sea culpable de aquella triste separación. Vuelve por Dios tus ojos, vuelve a quererme, vuelve mi amor. Deja que yo te busque y si te encuentro, vuelve otra vez. Olvida lo pasado, ya no te acuerdes de aquel ayer. Olvida lo pasado, ya no te acuerdes de aquel ayer.
Are we? Oh, yes, we are. Hi.
Thank you. Give it up to the Mariachi Eterno. Woo! So we're now going to get ready for the group of Los Mejicas to perform with the Mariachi Eterno, which I'm told is something that we used to do back in the day, and that we finally started doing again, I think in my last year in 2019 for the spring show is when our two groups came together again.
Yes. Final things.
Yes. We have a documentary as well who was donated to us from our very first faculty advisor, Olga Najira Ramirez. She made a beautiful documentary and she donated some copies of that to us to sell as well at the merch table. So last call for merch.
And then their plates.
Yes, and then we are busing after ourselves today, so there are some compost bins by this exit and by this exit. If you could please scrape your food off and then put your plates inside the red crates that are next to them. Please and thank you.
Yes. Need the mic over here.
All right, for the Mariachi and Mejicas.
Anthony, can we get the lights on back here?
comaltecas, pues saben amar, pero tienen un defecto, se quieren casar. Son lindas las comaltecas, pues saben amar, pero tienen un defecto, se quieren casar. Ay, la 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 la, ay la la, ay la la, ay la 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 la, ay la la la. Comaltecos de mi vida, cuando volveré por mirar tus lindos ojos, yo regresaré. Comaltecos de mi vida, cuando volveré por mirar tus lindos ojos, yo regresaré. Ay la 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 la, ay la la, ay la la, ay la 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 la, ay la la la. Soy tirador, que a las aves las tiro volando, chaparrita de mi vida, por tu amor ando penando. Soy tirador, que a las aves las tiro volando, chaparrita de mi vida, por tu amor ando penando. Soy tirador, que a las aves les tiro paloma, chaparrita de mi vida, pareces una paloma. Soy tirador, que a las aves les tiro paloma, chaparrita de mi vida, pareces una paloma. Soy tirador, que a las aves les tiro en el suelo, chaparrita de mi vida, eres mi único consuelo. Soy tirador, que a las aves les tiro en el suelo, chaparrita de mi vida, eres mi único consuelo. Soy tirador, que a las aves les tiro en el viento, chaparrita de mi vida, te traigo en el pensamiento. Soy tirador, que a las aves les tiro en el viento, chaparrita de mi vida, te traigo en el pensamiento. gavilán por ahí viene ya volando. No se lo dejen llegar, poitas anda buscando. Ay, 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 chinita, qué maldito gavilán. Ay, 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 chinita, no te vayas a enamorar. Ay, 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 chinita, qué maldito gavilán. Ay, 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 chinita, no te vayas a enamorar. Por ahí viene el gavilán, por entre la nopalera. Le gustan las jovencitas, las de 15 primaveras. Por ahí viene el gavilán, por entre la nopalera. Le gustan las jovencitas, las de 15 primaveras. Ay, 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 chinita, qué maldito gavilán. Ay, 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 chinita, no te vayas a enamorar. Ay, 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 chinita, qué maldito gavilán. Ay, 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 chinita, no te vayas a enamorar. Qué bonito gavilán con sus alitas plateadas. Pero más bonitas son las solteras no casadas. Qué bonito gavilán con sus alitas plateadas. Pero más bonitas son las solteras no casadas. Ay, 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 chinita, qué maldito gavilán. Ay, 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 chinita, no te vayas a enamorar. Ay, 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 chinita, qué maldito gavilán. Ay, 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 chinita, no te vayas a enamorar.
What an amazing performance! I got chills.
I know, come back. There's more, I think I know that one.
I know, my feet were like, we'll dance to it soon. Our wonderful DJ Hector Flores, will be playing some music for us very shortly. I know you're itching to dance. We're dancers.
Yes, yes.
So we are also celebrating 50 years. We can't do that without some cake. So we have some cake for y'all. Yes. We are bringing that out shortly.
Yes, and it's just really, it's big, it's heavy. 50 years, I mean, that's a lot of velas.
Big cake.
Yes, and a big cake.
We wanted to introduce to you as well our current co-directors for Los Mejicas, Daisy and Tanya. These two are amazing. When I first met them, I knew that they were going to be co-directors, and I knew they would be co-directors together, but I didn't know it would be for 2 years in a row.
Yes, yes. So they are here and out of breath and have something to share with you.
Hello, everyone. We hope that you enjoyed our performances. We worked really, really hard with the help of our lecturer, Malena Vega. So un aplauso para Malena. Por favor. Once again, thank you all so much for coming out. Right now, we are making last calls for merch, so please go and buy. We're also looking for donations. We need lots of funding to put on our end-of-the-year show, to go to the dance conferences such as Danzantes, as many of you know. That does take quite a bit of funding to happen, so we're open to donations. That can also be at the merch table. Yes, and then a lot of the funding that we'll also be using is for another set of vestuarios. So this one, thankfully, we've had funding for Jalisco, but we really hope to upgrade some of our wardrobe just because it has been in Mejicas for a very long time. So, so we want to make sure that we can represent these beautiful regions with the dignity that they deserve by giving the most authentic wardrobe that we can. But yeah, and again, the conferences, the more we get to learn from the maestros that come from these regions themselves, it is expensive, but it's very, very important that we do so. So with your donations, it could definitely help us really get that understanding, not just by learning the dances, but the meaning behind them, which is very, very important. And yes, we would appreciate all your donations. No amount is too little. And thank you very much for being here tonight. We really appreciate it. Lastly, we are trying to make a goal of 50,000 for our 50th anniversary. So if we could make that happen, that'd be great, y'all.
Bellissimo. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And on the back of that program that I know you all got is that QR code. Hey, to make it really easy to go straight to that crowdfund for 50,000, 50 years, 50,000.
Yes, thank you all once again. We are now going to start our dancing. Thank you, Daisy and Tanya. Thank you to all of our current Mejicas who are continuing the traditions of Mejicas. We're so proud of them. Yes. Thank you all so much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your night, and we'll get some cake and start dancing.
Yes, DJ Hector, whenever you're ready.
Yes.